Good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing fine. My name is Pooja Dwivedi. Welcome to my class, The Daily Current Affairs. I have always said that this class is actually a one-stop solution. Yes, it is still. From the perspective of not only prelims, but also mains and also the interviews, because interviews are very whimsical in nature. It doesn't matter if you know most or all of the things, but if you're able to understand and walk through the conceptual clarity of any topics, your chances of selection will get higher, because of course not only in the mains but in the interviews also you have to show them that you have worked hard. So do not worry about it. Just make sure that you are a subscriber to the Telegram channel Pooja Dwivedi UPSC, because whatever I teach here, the PDFs are available on that. Also make sure that for continuous update you are connected with me on my threads as well as Instagram. These are the various events that we have to cover. First of all, let's talk about this question. Which of the following countries have launched the initiative Innovation Handshake to connect the startup ecosystems? See, India is the third largest startup ecosystem in the world, and many countries want to integrate their ecosystem with our country, because startups are the present and the future. And India has an ability which is very entrepreneurial in nature. So that is why India as well as the USA have started this innovation handshake. Option A is correct. Prime Minister of India as well as the President of USA, they have issued a joint statement affirming their vision of being among the closest partners in the world. Under that only, Innovation Handshake was launched to support the US India initiative on critical and emerging technologies. Those technologies which are going to play a huge role in not only for civilian purpose but military purpose, defense purpose, space technology purposes. So it is going to help through that. The US India Commercial Dialogue will launch a new innovation handshake to connect the startup ecosystems of the two countries. It is one of the southernmost sites of the Indus Valley civilization, which is located in the Bhal region. The port city is believed to have been established in 2200 BC with its trade of beads, gems, ornaments reaching West Asia and Africa. Archaeologist S.R. Rao led the team which discovered this place. According to ASI, the place had the world's earliest known dock, connecting the city to an ancient course of the Sabarmati River. We are talking about which of the given options? We are talking about Lothal. Do you know in the UNESCO World Heritage Site, Lothal has been mentioned as in it applied for it to be there in 2014. It is still on the tentative list. Apart from this, from the Harappan civilization, of course, we have Dholavira as a part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site. We are talking about Lothal. It was one of the southernmost sites of the Indus Valley civilization. It is located in the Bhal region of, here it is, Bhal region of Gujarat. Lothal is actually a Gujarati word which means the mound of the dead. It is believed to have been established in 2200 BC, and it was a major hub for trade. Not only jewelries but gems, beads, all were being traded through this region from West Asia as well as Africa. Archaeologist S.R. Rao, apart from discovering other important cities of the Harappan Valley civilization, also discovered Lothal. Okay, moving on. The prompt corrective action is imposed by the RBI when a bank breaches what? Capital to risk weighted assets ratio, non-performing assets, return on assets. So we have to select the correct answer using the codes. Return on assets are basically how much profit a bank can make from the assets which it has. So if any bank is going to breach this, the RBI will intervene through the prompt corrective action. As soon as the RBI will see that the health of this bank is going to get into a financial crisis, it is not going to be good. And this is with the help of certain indicators: breaching of return on assets, then non-performing assets, net non-performing assets. Non-performing assets are those assets actually whenever a bank gives you loans. The loan that it has given to you is an asset. That means the bank knows that I will continue to get interest and eventually I will get the principal amount. This is my asset, not my liability. Liability is when you deposit with the bank and the bank is like very burdened. Oh my God, I have to return this someday or the other. That's a liability. So non-performing assets means those loans which are not being serviced after a period of time. No interest is being given and the chances of getting the principal amount is nil. So yes, if that also happens, then prompt corrective action will come into place. Then we have the capital to risk weighted asset ratio. What is the capital that is with the bank against those kind of risk which are exposed? Those kind of loans which are actually exposed to default. And supposedly I give 100 rupees as a loan to you. That's my asset and your liability. I do not have 100 rupees with me. If you default, then I will be on a loss. If I give 100 rupees to you and I have 200 rupees with myself, thinking that my capital to risk weighted asset ratio is this, then it's okay. So what is the capital that the bank has against the amount it has given as loans, and they are very vulnerable to being defaulted? So yes, capital to risk weighted asset ratio is also there. All three will be the correct answer. This prompt corrective action was introduced for commercial banks in the year 2002 that enables supervisory intervention at appropriate time. And capital to risk weighted asset ratio, net NPAs and return on assets all are a part of it. Moving on. With reference to the dementia, consider the following statements. It is used to describe a set of cognitive impairments that significantly interfere with an individual's ability to perform daily activities. It is one of the major reasons for disability and dependency among the younger population. Very easy. It makes elder population more prone. So here it is written younger population. That is incorrect. It is not actually a disease. It is more common in those who have an underlying disease such as an Alzheimer's disease. But dementia is basically a result of such diseases. So basically it is a cognitive impairment that significantly interferes with an individual's ability to perform on a daily basis. So first is correct, second is not correct. One only will be the correct answer. And it is not a specific disease. Basically it's a syndrome which is caused by various underlying conditions such as the Alzheimer's disease. It affects more than 55 million people globally. According to WHO, it is the 7th leading cause of death and major reason for disability as well as dependency among the elderly population. With reference to the no confidence motion, consider the following statements. Any member of a parliament who can garner the support of 100 colleagues can at any point of time introduce a motion of no confidence against the Council of Ministers. It is mentioned in the Constitution, and the first motion of no confidence was moved by Acharya J.B. Kriplani against the government headed by Prime Minister Nehru. So how many of the statements given above is or are correct? The no confidence motion rests on the Article 75 of the Indian Constitution. Article 75 clause 3 specifically states that the Council of Ministers are, they are answerable and accountable to the Lok Sabha, and any parliamentary elected government, if it has to run the government, has to be responsible to the directly elected house, that is the Lok Sabha. And that means the no confidence motion is governed by the rules of the Lok Sabha, although it finds its premise, the basis is in the Constitution according to Article 75 clause 3. So it's not mentioned in the Constitution, it's a result of Article 75 clause 3. Any member of the parliament who can garner a support of 50 colleagues can do it, not 100. 50 is the threshold. And the first motion of it was passed during the third Lok Sabha. In 1963, it was done by Acharya Kriplani against the government which was headed by Prime Minister Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru. So first is incorrect, second is correct. Second is also incorrect, it is not mentioned, and third is correct. One only will be the correct answer. I have told you this. The rules of the Lok Sabha provide a particular mechanism which is the no confidence motion. Told you this as well. A no confidence motion, because Article 75 clause 3 says that, here it is, the Council of Ministers are collectively accountable to the Lok Sabha. That is why this no confidence motion can be moved only in the Lok Sabha. The basic rationale behind this is opposition, if it doesn't have a lot of members in the Lok Sabha, it can use this particular tool as a strategic tool to force any kind of discussion. Currently, if we saw the no confidence motion against the current government on the issue of Manipur, because the opposition was alleging that the government doesn't want to talk about Manipur. No confidence motion was actually a battle of perspectives. So it is used as a strategic tool. First motion of no confidence introduced in the third Lok Sabha told you who charged at whom. This is a practice question for you. You have to answer it in the comment segment. With respect to the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, consider the following statements. It was launched at the Quad Summit in 2022. All ASEAN and Quad members are a part of it. How many statements given above is or are correct? Let me take the names of those students who have answered my previous question correctly, so that you can answer this one as well. Option A was correct. Vijay Shri Birdsong Music Company, Shruti, Satish, Gopesh, Anshika, same to you. Judy Devi, Padmashri, Mitlesh, thank you. Riya, thank you. You have answered it correctly. Prabhat, correctly, and thank you so much. Priyadarshan, Aryan, Abhijit, Pragati, Mindful Shubh, Swati, Divyendu, Manish, and Abhishek, Ritu, Abul, your Safiq, my mobile phone, Mansi, Ankit, and Srinivas. Thank you so much for answering the last question. Answer this question as well. Continue watching.